how does plants communicate with us humans? So when we want to connect more with plants, connect more with the wisdom in nature, which in my experience also connect us to our own wisdom, there's a certain way of learning that language. It's not, the plants don't communicate exactly as you and me would do, as humans with words and standing in front of each other and saying something. They communicate in different ways. And so when we're learning how to connect with them, a big part of it is to kind of learn that language. My experience is that many people come to me and want to connect with plants and think they have to know everything from the beginning on. Like, how can I even start doing anything that's smelling of herbalism or plant medicine if I don't know everything already and have written all these big books and have all these educations? And my answer is usually listen to the plants. How do they want to be worked with? And so instead of me going into this book and seeing all these ways of nettle is like this and then we do like that, my perspective is that when we can tune into nature, then nettle can teach me herself. And of course I can learn so much from books and so much from the people that have gone before me. And I think I can do that in a symphony with listening to the plants. So I don't go and search for that nature wisdom in a book, but I search for it here. Then I go out and I talk with the plants, and then I come back. And then I might look in a book, or like I get inspired by something. Oh, okay, this. Or like, oh, I didn't know that this specific thing was in that plant. That's interesting. So when we want to learn the language of plants, I feel that all plants has their own personality, like people. So some are very communicative, some are less. Um, and how they grow usually gives us, like how they grow and what their physical properties are usually gives us an insight into how their spirit are, and thus it's their spirit that we want to communicate with. And so part of learning that language for me is really important to slow down, because if we're so filled up with the fastness, or if we're triggered by something or have some process in our mind, that kind of hyper focus on something makes us not being able to hear what the plants are saying, but just like being in this, oh, this is happening, or like, oh, this thing on my work, oh, I need to fix this, I need to fix this. And so the plants can actually help us fix it or like find good solutions for it, but we need to open our minds, open ourselves up, our bodies, our nervous system, our minds, to be able to hear it. So some of the ways the plants communicate to me is, some of them are through voices. Mostly it comes more as a bodily experience first. It can also be physical, in dreams a lot, but it comes for me a lot like an inner knowing. And the more I have a, like, I'll go out on a walk, I might have an intention or theme for that walk, and then I meet a tree and I suddenly start feeling something. And then you can say, oh, oh, it's just me feeling this and the tree is my mirror. Yes, but the way I talk about it, it's not a metaphor. The tree isn't just a mirror for me. The tree has wisdom that I can tap into, that it can share with me, if I understand how to listen. So if anybody wants to start doing this more, my suggestion would really be, go out in nature, go sit with a plant and shut up and try to be present with it. And just, you might even want to touch it, you might want to feel it. Like this plant right here, this really beautiful tree. I don't know if I've ever seen this type of tree this big. Seems for me, when I tune into it, like it is sleeping a little. Like it's like on that like yawning state of like, oh, okay, we're getting up, we're getting up. It seems very friendly. It invited me in here and seems open for us doing this video here. I feel that this tree likes that we want to connect with plants. It's open for sharing more. So that's just like some of the things I feel right now by sitting with this tree. We can go deeper into it. Yeah. That's what I have to say for now. Thanks for listening.